Ready now for our second quarter. The Colts have the football. They'll have second down as they look to continue this good drive. They go again with Taylor. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short third down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
First down, and they go right back to it. He's tackled there, so a nice start to a new set of downs, but let's see if they keep it. Let's examine this flag. Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. Cut at the 10-yard line. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
They give to Taylor, right side. Well, a lot of effort there, partner, but no results. Fought through that one stop, but only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he has the Indianapolis touchdown! The Colts get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game. It's an Adnan Mitchell touchdown. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Now they'll see if they can tack on one more. The point after splits the uprights. And the Colts double their lead to 14. Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. Brings in the kick at the 9. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Miami set to take over once again on offense. They haven't been able to get that offense going just yet, Brock. The deficit at 14. Dolphins just about set up here. 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Achane. And he'll be stopped after just about a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
2 now from the gun. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. He put everything he had into this one. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well, no luck on his first look of the game, so that brings up 4th and long.
In real estate, Kate, it's location, location, location. In football, it's rhythm, rhythm, rhythm. And you don't get 3rd down conversions, you get no rhythm.
And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. Starts his return from the 23. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up, past their own 30. The Colts have running back Jonathan Taylor headed out with the rest of the offense. And while one sideline has 0 points, this offense, well, they have had 0 issues so far getting into that end zone.
They are rolling right now, Kate, and unless there's a speed bump on the immediate horizon, things are at risk of getting out of hand.
It's downfield. He's got it. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike.
That's good for a Colts.
Here's Taylor from the pistol. And he hits the lane for 9 into enemy territory.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
And he's able to get this down to the 36. That one ends up a gain of 6. And it's good for an Indianapolis first down.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
We'll cobble together a yard there. Tackle made by Jordan Brooks.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
You know, he might complete 99 out of 100 of those short, simple routes to the tight ends. Even the shortest and simplest of throws, well, it's due to end up in a drop at some point.
Keeps on moving into the red zone. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
Good for another Colts. First and 10.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Straight ahead with Taylor. Some good running here as he gets him 7 on that first down carry.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative. But in this case, it gets him just as many yards as a short completion would have.
2nd and 3 now. Running in here with Giddens. And this is headed the wrong way. They're going to lose yards here, and it's going to bring up 3rd down.
I'm going to guess at some point, whether it's in the huddle or over there on the bench on the sidelines after this drive, QB is going to go apologize to that running back. He just ran him into one heck of a negative play.
That's on target to Pierce. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Quick throw left side complete. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. It's 2nd and goal. Taylor will not score. The defense holds and stops him short of that goal line.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
They've held him out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal.
Here we go.
Taylor again. And this time he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. The Colts take a 20-zip lead. It's a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
That one splits the uprights. And the Colts stretch their lead to 21. Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. Washington now to return. Pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Miami offense headed out there now. And it's not good, Brock, when you're discussing their punter as one of your early game MVPs, but they just haven't been able to get anything going so far.
No, you'll hear some old school coaches, especially defensive-minded coaches, Kate, and they'll say, Hey, man, there's nothing wrong with the drive ending with a kick, right? As a quarterback and as an offense, maybe that was the way you played the game back in the day, but not modern football. You've got to go score.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Tua setting up to throw. He gets it complete to his man, Tyreek Hill. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out. So we're at the 2-minute warning here from Indy. The Dolphins trailing on the scoreboard. The Colts setting a man in the secondary here. 3rd down coming up. Here's a chance on the pistol. And this defense is going to win this rep. They hold strong there in the middle, get him down right at the line. 4th down coming up. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
It's weird to say, and it certainly won't show up on the stat sheet, but I want to give a lot of credit to that runner. Even though it didn't gain a yard, it actually took a heck of an effort just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Secures this at the 17. It's a nice running on that return. He gets it up past the 35. Shane Steichen getting his Colts offense ready to go for a new series. And eventually, Brock, one of their drives is going to fail to reach that end zone. But through 3 possessions so far, they have been perfect.
Yeah, and in order for that to happen, somebody somewhere on this defense has got to rise to the occasion.
Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Jones. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line. Complete beyond the marker. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Jones setting up the play action. That's caught. He found some space. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Colts. Jones going to throw again. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. From the 24 once again. It's 2nd and 10. To the air once more. Here's Jones. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
Making it harder than it needs to be right there. Just get the catch first. Guarantee some yards. And then worry about escaping the defenders and getting upfield.
Jones now on 3rd down. Caught near the pylon. And he goes out of bounds. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things. Separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks.
And that's complete in the end zone. Touchdown, Indy. The Colts boat racing them to the halftime locker room. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position could be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
They'll set up here for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Colts continue piling onto this lead. Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. Return starts at the 9. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Dolphin offense taking over late in this half. And we'll see if they try to establish some positive momentum before halftime here, Brock, or if they just choose to head off and lick their wounds. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Still 10 to go. Second down now from the 23. Throwing again. Here's Tua. Completed over the middle. And that will not be enough for a first down. Now the Dolphins call a timeout. It's their first. Third and 2. Now Tagovailoa. Here's a screen for Achane. And he's going to be taken down here after he takes it to the 45. They're now set for first and 10. Here's Tua again. That's Hill on the slant. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Second and 3 now. They motion to Waddle over left. On play action, here's Tagovailoa. He'll step up, and there he goes. Give him 3 on that game. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down.
A gain of 3 on the play. And the Dolphins first down.
Throwing here just before halftime. Forced out to his right. And they're going to stop him after he gets this to the 26. So a one-sided contest as we reach the break here. Let's head over to Scott Hansen for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Today is the day, the debut of our new halftime show. Buckle up, everyone. I think you're going to like it. Our trip around the NFL starts now, and it starts with a good one in the AFC West. And it's Patrick Mahomes. He's going to find his man here, this one of his 3 touchdown passes on the night. The Chiefs begin their search for a 4th straight Super Bowl appearance. They get the victory in Week 1. From there, why don't we go to South Philly, look in on the Eagles as they're hosting the Dallas Cowboys. And it's the back-to-back-to-back-to-back Pro Bowler, CeeDee Lamb. You want instant offense? Try this one on for size. He makes the catch, and then watch him go. Put it down as an 81-yard catch and run for the score. Lastly, let's go down to the Big Easy, the New Orleans Saints hosting the Arizona Cardinals. And it's the big man, James Conner. He'll find an opening and take it in, a 6-yard rushing touchdown. Time for a look here at the rest of the games going on and what's to come here in Week 1 of the new NFL season. Meanwhile, our game has not been all that competitive, a one-sided affair through 2 quarters. As we send you back out to the broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
We'll see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our second half. On the return, here's Anthony Gould. And this gets out to the 30 before he stops. Shane Steichen getting his Colts offense ready to go for a new series. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this third quarter. First and 10 now from the 30. Taylor gets it to begin the drive. And this one's brought to an end well downfield from that line of scrimmage. Well, we've talked about this before, Brock. The thinking's simple but effective. We'll stop getting it to this guy when you find a way to stop him, and they have yet to do that today.
You know, there's just certain things up in this booth that I love. I think you could feel it emanating from me. And one of them is when you impose your will, and you don't back away from it. If they can't stop it, run it right at them. Run here with Giddens.
They're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
That's another Colts first down. First and 10 at the 26.
What a great sign to start the second half for this offense, because with a lead, well, the ground game becomes your best friend, the centerpiece for this offense, trying to chew up that clock.
Taylor now up the middle. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. James Bradbury up from the secondary for that tackle. 4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
Taylor again. And 2nd down only works out for a yard. The Dolphins with an extra DB out there. 3rd down coming.
Gain of 2 on the play. Brings up
From the shotgun, it's Jones. Has him on the quick hitter. And the pass is stopped before it can get to the first. Great tackle there to bring up 4th down. The Colts are going to turn to their kicker, Spencer Schrader, for the field goal try. It's from the left hash, 33 yards. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And the lead continues to grow and grow.
Had the lead at the break, and the important thing is really to come out hot in the second half and add to it. Sure, you love touchdowns, but you'll take those 3 points as well.
He fields it from the 8. And this drive will start inside the 25. Offense returning to the field now for the Dolphins. All the touchdowns have come from one side of the field, Brock. They're still looking for their first points of any kind in a game that has gotten out of hand. First down, here's Tua. Short pass brought in. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
brings up 2nd and 9. The 25-yard line.
They motion to Waddle over left. Tua off the play fake. He beams one deep right side. He's got it at the 30. And he will get this inside the 30. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10.
First down, Dolphins.
They send the tight end in motion. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
You know what that route is called, right, Kate? OTB, over the ball. And those are the ones you've got to hit. You've got to be able to play offense from the inside out. Got to find a completion right there.
He takes this down to the 24-yard line. Zaire Franklin there to make the tackle.
It's a gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
Throwing, here's Tagovailoa on 3rd. Oh, he's in trouble. He'll go down. The Colts got him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. Jason Sanders leading the Dolphins field goal unit out. It'll be 51 yards from the left hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that's not going to do a ton against what is now a 28-point gap.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Massive hit. The ball is out. And they steal it back on the return.
These guys are flying down the field. Reminds me of the guys in Braveheart. But different than Braveheart, these guys got 2 things on their mind. Number 1, get the returner down. And number 2, try to separate the ball if they can. It's rare that it happens, but boy, is it big when it does. Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
Finds him over the middle. He's right up next to that first down. Doesn't quite get there. Gain of 9. That brings up 3rd and short. Here's 2 on the sneak. They were loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stopped him at the line. No gain. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10.
First down, Miami.
Now Tagovailoa to throw. Taking off with it again. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Tua now from the gun. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And the sack forces a now tougher 3rd down.
3rd and long.
Tagovailoa now working from the gun. He brings it in. And he'll take this across. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. It's a Jalen Waddle touchdown. Extra point is good by Sanders. And the Dolphins cut the lead by a quarter. Down now to 21.
Dolphins 10.
Sanders all set to send it away.
To kick off for Miami.
On the return, here's Doolin. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Colts and Daniel Jones making their return to the field now. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. First call here coming from the shotgun. Play fake, Jones. Taking his shot, deep down the field it goes. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. 2nd and 10, still at the 28. Working from the gun, here's Jones. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Now Jones. To the middle, and it's looked in by Warren. Great job rallying to the football. They get him down right at the marker, 4th down.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down. It took a great defensive effort to do it.
And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and the conversion sets them up with a new set of downs.
Well, I know everybody on that offensive side of the ball appreciates that kind of effort. Got it by more than just a couple of inches. In fact, no need for a measurement on that as they move the chains.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's going to be brought down in enemy territory now at the 46. He's been a fixture for them all game, and all signs indicate, Brock, he's going to remain one in the time we've got left.
Yeah, they've leaned on him in certain spots, and he has shouldered the load oh so well. Put together a game that everyone's happy with.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Now carry by Giddens. Wow, he had to power through one tackle just to get back to the line that time. Upping the tempo with some hurry-up offense. They go play fake with Jones. Close that one, but they couldn't connect. Not on the same page with his tight end. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, it's Jones. He's got it, complete to Downs. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it's good for an Indianapolis 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Running right, this is Taylor. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
The tackle made at the 24-yard line.
We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. It's their football, and with that type of lead we've got on the scoreboard, this game pretty close to over. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Now a handoff to Taylor. And he's going to be stopped, but not before he gets it down to the 14. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Colts.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
Here's Giddens. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Now a run with Taylor. And call it 1, maybe 2 yards at the end, Bronk. It's 3rd down.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
3rd down from the gun. Jones. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up. The Colts are going to turn to their kicker, Spencer Schrader, for the field goal try. A very short kick here from the right hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And the advantage now sits at 24.
Yet another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
And he's brought down just inside the 25. The Dolphins offense ready to go as they take the field. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. All right, Miami has its offense set, partner. Here comes 1st and 10. Tagovailoa off the play fake. Finds his back, Achan. And he's going to be out of bounds after it looks like about a yard there. 2nd down coming up. From the 27. Did not like what he was seeing, Brock, and he just hurls this one away. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
You never, ever, as an offense, like 3 and outs, Kate, but you really don't like them on 3rd down when you throw into tight coverage like that. Got to manufacture a better look.
Now can't blame him looking at that scoreboard, right? Might as well go for this on 4th down. Desperation time here. It's a big strike to Hill. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. Down inside the 40 now with a 1st down following that last play. Achan on the inside give. No room up the middle, none outside either, Brock, so give him just 2 yards on that carry. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Hits him on the in route. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. We're down at 4 now. This is the 7th play in this drive. Now 2 and a throw. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27.
It's one of those situations, not much to be had there no matter what he did with the ball. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win and a confidence builder for this defense.
Trying for it, it's Achan. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. A 1-yard gain on the play. And the 4th down call pays off as they'll move the chains. They'll come up 1st and 10. Tagovailoa. Hits him on the out route. And he goes out of bounds. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Trying to run it in. Achane. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
Guessing everybody in the huddle and on the sidelines sure wanted a little bit more from that run, but you didn't go backwards. Still in a great spot and can't wait to see what they did here on 2nd and goal.
Tua setting up to throw. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins putting up points in a game decided. Jalen Wright with the touchdown. All right, Tua and his offense going for 2 here.
The Dolphins are lining up for a 2-point conversion.
He's throwing for it. Fighting for the goal line. Oh, he lost it. Someone punched it out. Oh, the Colts got to it first. Ooh, I think somebody might be due for a lesson in ball security, partner.
You think so?
just a little bit, because a couple of points potentially that just slipped right out of his arms there.
Coaches never want to see a fumble, but especially when there are 2 points on the line. You get the rock on a 2-point play, it better be locked down tighter than Fort Knox. Nothing should knock it out.
And the Colts are able to bring in the kid. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. Well, I guess they kind of had to do it here, Brock.
Yeah, it's called a have to. Yeah, kind of have to at this point of the game, huh?
Okay, but like most things in this game, it did not work out for them.
Yeah, let's face it, even if they do recover that, probably not going to find a way to win. But this is a time where you work on things, where you do build to the following week. Got to find a way to flush this because it's just not been their kind of game.
Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
They go again with Taylor. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. He can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 4.
Taylor trying to run for this first. Breaks the tackle, still going. And he's going to get this down inside the 30 before he's driven out. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
This is Giddens. That played good for, looks like about 6. 2nd down upcoming.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down after a great gain. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
We know how hard explosive plays can be in the NFL, and so often they come via the air. What a great help for the offense to find an explosive play on the ground. Well done.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Straight ahead with Taylor. And he won't challenge for the goal line. The stop made at the 4. They're 3 yards closer to the end zone. Here comes 2nd and goal.
SOS. You hear me talk about it between the 20s a lot. Stay on schedule. But it comes into play 1st and goal situations too, because a run like that now, well, it leaves that whole playbook wide open for you.
They go to him again. And this is headed the wrong way. He's closed in on for a loss.
Give some credit to the defense on that one. We don't see him get fooled into making the wrong read very often in the RPO. That's why the RPO, in fact, is part of their game to begin with. He normally makes the right call. He didn't do it there.
Quick throw is caught. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
The Colts are going to turn to their kicker, Spencer Schrader, for the field goal try. Angling this one in from the right hash to challenge here. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that stretches the lead to 21.
So many of these players on the field, Kate, they just strive for consistency, but not the kickers. They strive for perfection, and so far, he's just that.
Washington now to return. And this will give him some decent field position here, partner. And this gets out to the 30. The Dolphins and Tyreek Hill headed back out on offense. And this a final opportunity to make things a little closer in that final score. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing now, Tunga Vailoa. Going for a waddle, but it's intercepted. Kenny Moore with the pick. And the Colts are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
I'll hear a lot of defensive coordinators say you've got to earn the right to rush the passer by doing work on the early downs. You know what this is, Kate? They've earned the right to be aggressive defensively with the work they did through 3 quarters, and this defense is cutting it loose.
1st and 10 now from the 30. They give to Taylor, right side. And he's brought down as the drive starts out with a 4-yard gain.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
2nd down carry for Taylor. Home to the right. And finally, they catch up to him at the 11. So the Colts pick up the win in this one. 1 down, a whole lot more wins to go, Brock. But hey, victors to begin this regular season.
Yeah, I think it's both these guys go across the field and shake hands with one another. They do know, Kate, to your point, it is a long year. But what this does is it pays off your training camp. It does instill some confidence you did all the right things through July and August to kick the season off.
So for Brock Heward and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The Colts are winners as we say so long from Indy.
Football is back. I'm Scott Hansen, and this is the new EA Sports Weekly Recap for Week 1 of the 2025 regular season. Lots to get you caught up on. Why don't we start out in Indianapolis? The Colts at home to take on the Miami Dolphins. And how about a big play from the Colts defense? They only had one takeaway on the afternoon, but it was an important one. The Colts wind up winning this one in front of the home crowd to begin the new season. From there, why don't we go to Cleveland? Let's check in on the Browns as they host the Cincinnati Bengals. And it's a big play by the Bengals defense. They force the errant throw, it's picked off, and they've got room, they've got blockers, and no one's gonna get him. Touchdown. The Bengals come away with the victory on the road in the season opener. One more to bring you, and it's from the nation's capital. It's the Commanders hosting the New York Giants. And it's a guy coming off a 93-catch season from a year ago, Wan'Dale Robinson. He was a tough man to pin down all game long. This, one of his 2 touchdown catches. And that'll do it for us. After a fun first week, let's do it again, shall we? Scott Hansen here in Orlando. Good night from EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Indianapolis, Indiana, where they fire up the crowd with the striking of the anvil as it's time for football at Lucas Oil Stadium. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Denver Broncos the Indianapolis Colts. On the Denver sideline, you get a look at their head coach. His guys got the season started on the right foot, a home victory in the season opener. On the other sideline, the Colts head coach, Shane Steichen. His team also winners in their opener, so a couple of 1-0 teams doing battle here. So glad to have you with us. Mike Tirico next to Greg Olson here in the booth. And off we go from downtown Indy. This will be returned from the 6. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. So the Broncos come out, and Greg, they are led by their QB of the future. Found their guy with the 6th quarterback selection in the 2024 draft. Second season now for Bo Nix.
You know, some weeks, Mike, it just seems like you just can't do anything wrong. Every play, every throw, it just seems like everything goes your way, and that was certainly the case last week, throwing for over 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. Tell you what, his receivers, they're coming into every game saying, we're going to get a lot of opportunities, and their quarterback can continue to play at that high of a level. There's a lot of production to go around.
Now the former Ohio State Buckeye, here's J.K. Dobbins. And nothing doing there, only back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be an early 3rd down coming up.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
He'll try to run for it. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line. A big-time play for the Broncos. 31 yards.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life. His speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on a big scramble. He's able to pick up the 1st down and keep the drive alive.
Call it a gain of 13. 1st down, Broncos.
So the rule of thumb, so often when you call these play-action passes, Mike, is that the guy you fake it to, he tends to be wide open more often than not, and it's exactly the case here. Dump it off to the back in the flat, and he does the rest.
And he'll be taken down, but we have a chance for the first points of this game as they've set up 1st and goal.
And this offense just continues to chew up yards and get 1st down after 1st down. And defensively now, you find yourself a little bit on your heels. You're defending a goal-to-go situation. They need to step up here and get a stop.
Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. Cortland Sutton, the intended receiver, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. And this is going to be caught, but they say out of bounds. So, incomplete pass.
Timing and anticipation, those are the critical elements anytime you're throwing a ball outside of the numbers. If the quarterback waits too long, Mike, that receiver just gets closer and closer to the sideline and just makes what should have been a much easier throw and catch an incomplete pass.
This one is hauled in. Are the feet in bounds? Yes! Trent Sherfield. Touchdown, Broncos. That his 1st touchdown of the new year. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. Anthony Gould now to return. Past midfield. And they will finally track him down, but not before he takes this to the other side of midfield. The Colts offense is going to take the field here for the first time. They're led by the former first-round pick out of Duke, quarterback Daniel Jones.
A lot of things jump off the tape when you watch last week, Mike, but it was really just the overall execution of the game plan that stuck out the most. I mean, not only to get them in the end zone a handful of times, he protected the ball, and he routinely exploited the weaknesses that they found during the week on film. He's going to be looking to do the same thing over these next 4 quarters. If he's successful, you're going to have a shot to leave here with another win.
And you'll get them 5 yards closer, but now 3rd down coming up.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Working from the gun, it's Jones. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. It's a pickup of 12. That's good for a Colts first down.
Good for the Colts. First down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard.
Shotgun now for Jones. Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down.
After back-to-back incompletions, they now face 3rd down and 10. Jones to the air again. And that is incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end, these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos offense ready to get going with their 2nd possession. So, Greg, this offense comes on the road here in week 2. Look, road games are so hard in the NFL, but it's nice to hit the road coming off a win at home.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, it's amazing how winning creates more winning. It kind of has an ability to kind of build on its stuff. It's a snowball effect. So when you're winning, you're feeling good, everything works. And all of a sudden, you start losing and you start questioning everything about your approach. So the key in the NFL is win or lose, you're on to the next game. And it's the team's ability to start fresh every single week, regardless of the previous week's outcome. Those are the teams that find themselves in position of the playoffs down the stretch.
Ball on the 35. Here comes a 2nd and 5. To throw is Nix. Left side. That's complete. It's Sutton. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. They'll throw. It's Nix. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down. From the shotgun, here's Nix. That'll be complete to Dobbins. Whoa, and nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
It's the a loose football. And I think a Bronco player was able to get in there. He was. So Denver keeps possession of the football. So instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. This from 34 yards. Lutz's kick is good. And the Broncos go out to a 10-3 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Colts offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. So, Greg, people always say when the schedule comes out in May, what do you look for? Back-to-back home games usually not something you look forward to, but it does happen in this case. And when you get a win and you know you're going on the road week 3, that puts a little pressure on this one to get 2-0 at home to start the season.
And how good would they be feeling to start your year and know, all right, we've got 2 wins in the bank. We're playing well at home. It just allows everything in the building to take a deep breath. You know, Mike, it's just such an ideal way to start. Your fans are excited. The city's excited. Everyone in the organization can settle in. So the schedule makers certainly did them a little bit of a favor here. So they've got to take advantage of it. Build off of last week, come out and play well again, and it really sets themselves up for the rest of this season.
He took a pretty good lick at the end of that one. The Broncos offense headed back to take over once more. With a solid start so far. Touchdown and a field goal on their first 2 possessions. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. With that, I want to give you a look at his numbers on the ground in last week's game. From the 34, here's 2nd and 4. Throwing, Nix. He's got a man downfield. It's Mims. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Now it's Dobbins, and he'll get forward for about a yard. Jalen Carlisle is there on the stop. From the 43, here's 2nd and 8. Now Nick's going to look to throw. The catch made there by Sutton. And they'll take this down inside the 35. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His 3rd catch goes for a first down. Throwing is Nix. He'll take a shot here, back of the end zone. This one batted away. It's incomplete. Good hands there in the end zone, and that'll bring up second down.
It's second down and 10.
Here's Nix to throw. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete. Troy Franklin, the intended target. And it'll be third down. Now the Colts will use the first of their timeouts to talk things over before third down. Nix from the gun on third down. He's got his tight end. It's Ingram. And he'll take this one in. Evan Ingram. Touchdown, Denver. The kick by Lutz is good. And the Broncos move out in front by the score of 17-3. So now after the touchdown, Lutz gonna send this one away. Ashton Doolin now to return it. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Terrific return. He's taken down just shy of midfield. Here's the Indianapolis offense. Now as they get set to take over once more, they'll begin just shy of midfield with a 1st and 10. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
It leads to second and 10.
From the gun, it's Jones. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force third down. And that is incomplete.
And that's what you call a wasted series. They come out here and they decide we're just going to air it out. First, second, third down. All 3 incompletions. And now it brings up fourth down. And barring some crazy decision here to keep your offense on the field, you're going to find yourself right back on the sideline.
And he is going to have a Colts first down. Well-designed play to pick up 16 and move the chains. So some early intrigue as we have reached the end of the first quarter. It's the Broncos with the early lead. We'll come back to Indianapolis in a moment. The Colts with the football to start this second quarter. From the 35, it's 1st and 10 as we are ready to get back underway. They'll run on first down with Taylor. And he won't quite make it to the pylon, but he's out of bounds right around the 1-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down.
So close to taking that one in. Good job defensively. They're able to force him out of bounds just shy of the pylon, but you can bet when he gets up, he's going to look over at his sideline, Mike, and be like, no, coach, keep me on the field. I want to finish this thing off.
He'll try to run this one in. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Savon Ahmed. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense back onto the field for their next possession. Greg, you take a step back and look at the AFC West big picture. This is historic stuff. Chiefs are going for a 10th straight division title, but you have to remember 2 other teams in this division won double-digit games last year. So the question is, are the Chargers and the Broncos that far behind Kansas City?
You know, it sounds crazy when you mentioned 9 in a row. You think, oh, they're just going to continue to run away with it. But I'm actually fascinated by this division. I think LA and Denver are a lot closer to this year's version of Kansas City. Maybe then there's a lot of talk about around the rest of the league. So until someone beats them, you'd be crazy to not pick Kansas City. But Last year, it was a 4-game and a 5-game spread between them. I think this year, come down the stretch, that spread is going to be a lot tighter.
No, Craig, I'm thinking if I'm a fan or even in the front office for the Chargers, or the Broncos, or the Raiders, do I build my team to try to knock off the king of the hill? Because you only play Kansas City 2 of those 17 games. So how do you factor that into your construction?
Yeah, I think it's such a great point. It's really fascinating to dive into. And while I wouldn't necessarily build my roster to just beat Kansas City or to just beat whoever you view as the top team in the division, you do want to find some commonalities among your 3 division opponents and make sure you are built to play within your division. That's 6 of the 17 now. Winning the division, you get you home playoff games. There's a lot on the line when you win your division and compete for that title. So, yes, every team has to build their roster. If you have a bunch of really good quarterbacks, you better be able to rush the passer and play pass coverage. If you're playing a lot of ground and pound, big running backs, you better be really good on the inside in defense and be able to defend the run. So there's themes across every division, and the teams that are built to compete within the division are usually the teams that find themselves in the playoffs.
They'll go again here with Taylor. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. A gain there of 15. First down, Indianapolis.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pick up of 14 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you could have 2 or 3 that can all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here.
Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. 19 more on that one, and another first down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's first and 10. On the handoff, it's Taylor. And the Colts are going to have a first and goal. Some good running there. Gets them down to about the 2-yard line. Looks like we have an injured Colt on that play. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. 2 yards from 6 points. It is first down and goal. Taylor, and he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's second down.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on second and goal.
Let's go now.
Throwing, Jones. A look to the end zone, and it's broken up. Incomplete. There was no space, no separation that time. That's going to bring it to third and goal. Now Jones. And that is incomplete. Looks like we have an injured Colt on that play. So on fourth down, Spencer Schrader is on for the Colts field goal. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Colts are able to cut it to 4, 17-13. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. Now an opening past the 30. And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. The Broncos offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. Well, Greg, as the season starts, really the season never ends. Think back to the schedule release, the draft. The draft has become this multi-day huge event. Green Bay crushed it with all the folks around the stadium in Lambeau, and some big names will be tied to that draft forever. A couple of the rookies that you've watched that are just sticking out in your mind, interested to see how they fit in the league as the season gets going.
You know, obviously so much attention around the quarterback position. Cam Ward goes number 1, and then obviously with Shador and all the conversations around that as the draft unfolded. But I think a guy that's going to be fun to watch when you talk about fit, I think you look at Ashton Genty. He gets drafted by Vegas. He's now with the Raiders. Pete Carroll. It kind of has the feel of, is he his Marshawn Lynch? Is he the bell cow back under center, Geno Smith, play action, set up that run game, play good defense? This feels like the early path Pete Carroll took when he took over in Seattle and turned them into a Super Bowl champion. So I'm not saying Genty's Marshawn Lynch, but he certainly feels like that's the fit the Raiders were going for when they took him with their first-round pick.
Hey, let me ask you about Travis Hunter. Of course, the Heisman winner, Colorado, great play, both sides of the ball as a receiver and a corner. You know, Greg, it's hard to come in this league and play well on one side of the ball. Is it realistic to think you may see him on both offense and defense?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, and I think to start, you have to say, okay, let's hang our hat on something. And I think when you look at the league, where is it harder to find impactful players? I believe it's harder to find impactful defensive backs. I think it's a harder position. I think the league favors the offense with the rules and the play style. So if I'm Jacksonville, I'm making Travis Hunter a defensive back on day 1, and then I'm going to package my offensive plays around his skill set to take advantage of him as a wide receiver. And then as time goes on, it will eventually unfold where he'll be able to have a role on both sides of the ball more consistently. But if I was in Jacksonville, that's what I would do. But I think it's going to be very interesting to see how fast and how big of a role on both sides they give Hunter early in his rookie year.
Here's Jones. They'll try to hit him with a screen. Good hustle by the defense. They beat the offensive lineman to the blocks there. No gain on that screen pass.
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. It's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking him down for a loss.
Here's Rigoberto Sanchez now as he'll punt it away for the second time. To return, it's Mims. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. Nix, now to throw it here on first down. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Back to throw is Nix. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try to set up the screen here. Oh, he's going nowhere. Knocked down hard in the backfield. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So anytime you find yourself in 3rd and long, it's hard to really be unpredictable as a play caller because the defense knows it's most likely going to be a pass. They understand where the down and distance markers are, and there's really nowhere for him to go with the ball, and he has to throw it away.
That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. Throwing on first down is Jones. That's complete. Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. Jones trying to hurry his guys to the line. He'll look to throw. Oh, a huge mistake late in the half. It is intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead. A first down throw for Nix. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. That's caught on the right side by Sutton. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. The Broncos going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. Talk things over before 3rd down. Timeout, Indianapolis. That is their 2nd. They'll talk things over before 3rd down. On now, it's Will Lutz to try the field goal. This officially a 58-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And the lead holds steady at 4.
Man, that would have been such a nice boost for this group going into halftime. The snap was good. The hold was good. He just couldn't quite get it through the uprights.
And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. We enjoyed it so much last week, the EA folks said, hey, come back, let's do it again. So here we are, week 2. Let's get after it. Our look at the NFL starts now. In the Steel City, it's the Steelers at home to take on the Seahawks in a rematch of Super Bowl 40. And it's Aaron Rodgers looking good. He'll locate Calvin Austin. 15 yards for the touchdown. The Steelers are in the win column. They win it in front of the home faithful and move to 1-1. Meanwhile, let's check in on the Dolphins as they play host to the New England Patriots. And it's the rookie, Trevion Henderson. Yeah, that's the way he says it. All he needs is a crease, and he finds it. That's a 7-yard rushing touchdown. Lastly, let's go down to the Big Easy, the New Orleans Saints taking on the San Francisco 49ers. And this is Brock Purdy looking for and finding his receiver, Brandon Ayuk. 39 yards for the touchdown. The 49ers even up their record at 1-1 as they get the win here. We'll give you a look now at the remainder of the games in progress in the early window and what's still to come here in Week 2 of the National Football League regular season. Meanwhile, in our game, it was a competitive, hard-hitting first half. We expect more of the same going forward as we send you back out to the broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. Here's Gould on the return. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The Colts offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. Greg, when you look at the AFC South, there's an appreciation for what the Houston Texans have done. A couple of different quarterbacks, a couple of different head coaches. They've really been the team over the last several years that has been the team to beat in this division. And for the others, there's been moments. The question is, what pieces can they put together to try to knock Houston off the top?
Yeah, and you know, nobody wants to be in a rebuild, right, Mike? Your coach got fired probably for a reason. You're drafted at the top of the draft order for a reason. Typically means things didn't go great. But if you're going to rebuild, I'll tell you, you want to do it in a division where there's a lot of wins on your schedule, and that's certainly the AFC South over the last couple of years. So as bad as things feel if you're Jacksonville and Tennessee, the fact that there's not a big dog in your division, your ability to find yourself climbing up the ladder is not as far as away as it might seem in the moment.
And Greg, I've heard you say a bunch of times, if you have a quarterback, you have a chance. Well, both of the teams at the bottom of the division last year, Jacksonville and Tennessee, they've got #1 overall picks as their quarterbacks. One who's been around for a bit in Trevor Lawrence and one who's recently been drafted in Cam Ward. They have to be #1 overall pick performers for these teams to come challenge at the top.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And with Trevor Lawrence, Mike, we've seen him play top-tier #1 overall, got a big new contract, and we've seen him play franchise quarterback level ball. It just hasn't been frequent enough. And then, of course, in Tennessee with Cam Ward, we're not sure what it's going to look like, but we knew in college he was incredible. So if they get the Cam Ward we saw last year at Miami, if he brings that culture-changing presence on and off the field in that locker room to Tennessee, I wouldn't be surprised to see Jacksonville and Tennessee higher up that list.
They'll try and run for this. It's Taylor. He is going to have a Colts first down. At least it appears that way. He got it maybe by the length of the football.
I'll tell you what, usually you tell your running back in these third and short situations, Mike, just get vertical. Just put your head down and know where that first down marker is. But it was really his footwork and his ability to make the first guy miss that allowed him to pick up that first down.
Jones keeping this one. And he'll work forward for about 4. It's second down.
Good decision by the quarterback. In this situation, all you're looking to do is have a positive play. He decides to pull it, and that's exactly what he's able to do.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 5. A quick throw on the RPO is complete. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver, and then see what he can do after the catch.
They get 14 yards and set up first and goal.
And with that run, it puts them on the doorstep of the end zone. This has been a really impressive series up until this point, Mike. I mean, so much that anything less than a touchdown kind of feels like a letdown.
A run on first and goal. Marked down at the 6.
In order to be successful as a run-heavy offense, Mike, it's so important that you remain really efficient on first and second down. The last thing you want is to be in third and pass, and it really throws off what you feel like your strengths are. So,
And he'll take it on in. Jonathan Taylor. Touchdown Colts. It's his 2nd touchdown of the year. Schrader now for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Colts go up by a field goal as they lead it by 3. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This taken at the 5. Yeah, and he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Broncos offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. Well, Greg, it will be a very busy stretch for the passports. A lot of international games to look forward to. 7 in all outside the U.S. Chief J.K. Dobbins. And they're not going to run him down. He goes all the way. 74 yards. good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. That back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
The kick is good. Makes the score Broncos 24, Colts 20.
So now after the touchdown, Luck's going to send this one away. Here's Gould on the return. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. Here's Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense heading back for their next possession. You know, Greg, as we get the season going, obviously the adjustment to last year's new kickoff rules in place. We talked to a lot of coaches during the year. Folks didn't seem too bothered about letting the other team have the ball at the 30-yard line after a touchback. But the 35-yard line, I don't know, does that feel any different to you?
You know, it does, and I think the part that people don't talk about enough, Mike, is the impact that it's making on going forward on fourth down, not settling for field goals. Because remember, in the old days, if you got stopped inside the 5 or you scored inside the 5, it was all the difference of if I kicked a touchback, they got the ball at the 20. There wasn't that much of a spread, but now all of a sudden, is it in my best interest to settle for a field goal and kick off when I could give you the ball at the 35? Or even if I fail down there tight in the red zone on the 3, you now possess the ball inside your own 5-yard line. So I think that's an element now that's causing offenses to go for more touchdowns, kick less field goals, because the ensuing kickoff is giving my opponent the ball in much more favorable territory.
You know, the other rule that is adjusted are overtimes in the regular season will mirror playoff overtime, each team getting the ball. I'm so happy, Greg, because it just felt so incomplete when a team got to overtime, but then their offense, which may be the best part of the team, never got on the field.
Yeah, and I couldn't agree more. And you hear everyone saying, oh, well, just get a stop. Well, you know, it's that legendary game between Mahomes and Josh Allen where neither team stopped anyone. It was just an offensive touchdown festival. So you won a coin toss and you get the ball. Well, the other team's defense hadn't gotten a stop the whole game. If Josh Allen got the ball first, he probably would have scored on a walk-off. So I love the idea of both teams getting the ball. If a game is good enough to go to overtime, let's finish it. We don't need to be in a rush. There's no curfew. Let's let the guys finish it on the field. A lot more similar to how the regular game goes and not have significantly different game flow come overtime.
For another Colts. First and goal at the 9-yard line.
They'll run here with Taylor. He slowed up quickly as he gets this down to the 6. Now here's second and goal.
Pick up of 2. Brings up second and goal.
Working from the gun, it's Jones. Reaching for it, the tight end couldn't bring it in. It's incomplete. Tyler Warren, the man he was looking for there. And now third and goal coming up. And that ball intercepted by Pat Surtain. Oh, big hole left side. And a nice return there. He is taken down up close to the 35-yard line. A run with Dobbins. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there. Second and 11.
Brings up second and 11.
On the ground, here's Dobbins. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line. A gain of 11 on that one. Good for a Denver first down.
And the Broncos first down.
To throw is Nix. This one complete to Sutton. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. 6 catches for him in the ball game now. And this one's good for a first down. Nix now on first and 10. That's going to be incomplete. And the clock will stop. Likely one more play in this third quarter. We'll try again. It's second and 10. Here's Dobbins. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this third quarter of play. So both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. This crowd into it now as we get to third down. From the shotgun, here's Nix. A ball deep for the end zone. That is going to be pulled in. He's got it. Evan Ingram. Touchdown, Broncos. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. The kick by Lutz is good. Broncos will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. On the return, it's Doolin. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Colts offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll start out first down and 10. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up second down. That's caught by the first-round pick, Tyler Warren. That'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line. Need to score, and they're going to need to speed up as they get to the line here. On first down, Jones. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. Jonathan Cooper. He gets in to drop him for his first sack of the young season.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
Third and long. Shotgun now for Jones. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag comes in. That might make this a first down.
Automatic first down.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. This offense moving quickly, and they'll try to get set. On first and 10, here's Jones. Flush to his right. Now he takes off. And he'll be out of bounds. That's a nice gain, though, on first down. A pickup of 7. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Now, Jones. The coverage right there, and it's knocked away. Incomplete. Third down, 3 to go.
Brings up third down and 3 yards to go.
Back to throw is Jones. He gets this one complete to Pittman. And he will score. Game on. Michael Pittman. Touchdown, Indy. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance.
And he will get into the end zone. The 2-point conversion is successful. And game on. Lead is down to 3 here in the fourth quarter. So they've cut into the lead. Now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. This one taken at the 7. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. the Broncos offense, and their running back getting ready to go back to work. They'll give it to Dobbins. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down. Time. It's a first down. It's a first down and a gain of 16. Now a toss play, running left. Not much there. Maybe a yard. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's second down and 9. Throwing. Nix. That's caught. Right side, it's Franklin. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line.
It's a gain of 23 yards.
Straight ahead goes Harvey. And despite his best efforts to get away, ultimately, he goes down behind the line.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss. When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
Nix from the gun on third down. He finds Mims. It's complete. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. It's a gain of 29, and it's first and goal. They'll throw. It's Nix. Under pressure, now he's going to go down back at the 8-yard line. Zaire Franklin. He had a sack in the opener last week. He's got another one here. It's back at the 8 now for second and goal. Here's Nix to throw. For the end zone, but it's batted away. It's incomplete. He was open for a moment. Defense closed quickly, and now it's third and goal.
A bit of a risky throw here in the end zone, Mike, and those windows down here tight, they close so much faster in this part of the field. By the time he let it go, the defender was already in position and was able to make a play on the ball.
He'll try and get there, and he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Bo Nix. Touchdown, Denver. The kick by Lutz is good. And the Broncos are going to extend their lead. So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. Here's Gould on the return. And a brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Colts offense getting set to get back to work. They'll do so with 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
On first down, they'll start with Taylor. Up the sideline to the 40. Angling to the sideline inside the 35. And he will dive into the end zone. 74 yards. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Well, that's a way to start a drive. He takes it all the way to the house. I don't know what they were talking about on the last series, but they've come out on this series, Greg, with the right answer for the touchdown.
And, Mike, the reason a lot of teams start off drives with the run plays to allow themselves to operate ahead of the chains. Well, not this guy. He found the alley, he took it, and he's off to the races for 6.
The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3, a field goal here in the fourth quarter. So they've cut into the lead Now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
They'll go play action with Nix. That is brought in downfield by Sutton. Catch number 7 so far in this one, and a 1st down.
First down, Denver.
Now a run on 1st down. And they'll take this down inside the 35. 1st and 10. Now it's Dobbins. This time they're ready for him. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain. Looks like we have an injured Colt on that play. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. On 2nd down, it's Nix. And he let him a bit too much. The pass is incomplete.
And we got a big 3rd down coming up here, Mike. They got a chance with a conversion to possibly get this under the 2-minute warning, put this defense in a position where they have to start using their timeouts.
Now Nick's going to look to throw. This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. Here comes Will Lutz in a big spot. This to stretch the lead to more than a field goal. And this one online, and it is good. So it is still a 1-score game, but a little more breathing room now.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
The Colts offense about ready to take over once more. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Pass right side to down. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. That's a gain of 19 and a very quick 1st down.
That's good for the Colts. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
They'll drop to throw.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
The RPO, that one is complete. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. Double as good there. They get the 1st down and save a timeout.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Taylor, and a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. Now 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Here's Jones. Escaping to his left. Now he'll run. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10.
That's good for another Colts. 1st and 10.
Here's Taylor. Not much happening there. Just a short game. Now the Colts will use the first of their timeouts The stoppage comes with just over a minute to play in this one.
At the 20-yard line.
Here's second down.
Here we go, set, go.
From the gun, it's Jones. And that one's incomplete, but a late flag comes in. Looked like he might have gotten there early.
Automatic first down.
Now, first and goal. Ahmed. And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up second and goal.
Brings up second and goal.
Here now, second down and goal. Taylor going to try to pull his way in. Trying to push the pile forward, but he's not going to get in. They stop him up short. 2 plays at their disposal, but they'd love to get it right here on third and goal. And this is going to be a touchdown. A game-tying TD here in the final minute.
Just a tremendous finish to what's been a tremendous game, Mike. I mean, not only did they get that late touchdown here in the final stages, but here with time winding down, they're an extra point away from taking the lead and likely coming away with a big victory.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. This is fielded inside the 5. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. He's going to tuck it and go. And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line. And a timeout is called, so now you're probably looking at one final play back in their own territory. This is going to take a miracle. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day,
carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And the offense will get the ball back. He touched down, and that will be a wrap. This game is over. So it's a win for the Colts. They get the job done here at home, and they follow the opening weekend victory with another here to move to 2-0 on the season. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Colts, winners here in the Circle City, as we say so long from Indianapolis.
A great 1-2 to start the year. Hi, everyone. Scott Hansen, and this is your Week 2 edition of the EA Sports Weekly Recap. Lots to get you caught up on. Why don't we start out in Indianapolis? The Colts at home to take on the Denver Broncos. And it's a man, when he gets going, is one of the best in the game, Jonathan Taylor. He gets past the first wave of the defense, and the race is on. From there, it's up to Minneapolis. Let's look in on the Vikings as they play host to the Atlanta Falcons. And it's a guy who took a big step forward last year, Bijan Robinson. He's going to take this one in, 11 yards on the touchdown run. The Falcons get their first win of the year, and they had to earn it, too. They get the road victory. One more to bring you now. Let's go to Vegas, shall we? The Raiders hosting the LA Chargers. And it's LA's leading receiver as a rookie last year, Ladd McConkey. He's going to run a deep route, look it in, and he's gone. 80 yards on the catch and run for the touchdown. The Chargers find a way to pull this one out as they escape with the narrow win. That'll do it for us. Until next week, Scott Hansen in Orlando, good night from all of us at EA Sports.